Hey everybody, it's Yasmin here with my lovely filtered eyelashes. How you going? Get so used to using these filters. Forgives a multitude of sins. So today, what I want to talk about is the importance of energy clearing before bedtime. Some of you will have heard me talking about it on my radio show last night or yesterday, which would have been, I think, while most Australians were asleep. Hello, Joe. Hello, Pamela. Tell me where you're from. Hello, Lise. I'm in London. Yes, very glad, isn't it? This is a filter. You get false eyelashes. It's one of the last filters. They've actually taken away my favourite filter. There's one filter that I just love. That's gone, which is really annoying. I think it's because it was sort of so perfect. I reckon people said it's not right, you know, you shouldn't be allowed to make yourself look normal even when you've just got out of your pajamas, some kind of, I don't know, politically correct thing, who knows. Anyway, hello Kelly in Adelaide, hello Donna, likes my eyelashes. Good morning, Angela, en France, bonjour. So I'm feeling quite chirpy today, not least because our fearless leader, Boris Johnson, announced, when was it, yesterday, I think, that, there is a roadmap, as he calls it. Our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, is always very famous for using all sorts of funny metaphors, and my son, in fact, does a really good impersonation about, we will see the horizon, but we will go over the waves in a boat together, and then mention football because it's common people, football, common man, all that kind of stuff, trying to be like the everyday Joe, even though he's some kind of, rich dude in Westminster. Nothing against rich dudes in Westminster, but, Anyway, oh my God, I'm getting myself into trouble again, so I'll just shut up. Yesterday he told us that the kids are going back to school on March the 8th, for better or worse. I think it's okay. I'm actually kind of excited for my kid, Louis, who's 14. I'm sure he's not very excited. It's good for the kids, it's good for their education, and it's just better for them. He also said that by April the 12th, I think it is, we'll be able to go and do like homes, go like book a Airbnb or something for, a weekend or whatever, which we can't at the moment, obviously, which is great because my husband's birthday is 2 days after that. So maybe we'll get away. Maybe we'll be able to go to Glastonbury or something, or who knows where. What else? And then he said by May 17, international travel might be possible, which is incredible. Just the thought of it. So we're thinking, okay, June holidays, June half term in Malta, if they'll let us in, who knows? Haven't been there for like a year and a half, 2 years or something, which Malta's the home of my ancestors and all my beloved cousins and aunts and uncles. So I'm really missing there. And then by June 21st, if all goes well, end of all restrictions, like if all goes well. Now we'll see. I really hope it's the case. And my birthday's 5 days after that. So I'm thinking party at my place. Maybe a small party. My husband says we can't just have everyone over, and he's probably right. We can't just have everybody we ever met over. So there we go. So that's all good. But yeah, so people are saying my energy is good today. So I don't think I've spoken about this on Facebook. Yesterday, I'm pretty sure I spoke about Oprah and my cards, which was very exciting. And what I wanted to talk about today was actually about something I did with Kyle Gray, who I know a lot of you know. And I'm pretty sure I only mentioned this on my radio show yesterday. I don't think I talked about it on Facebook per se. I'm sorry if you're going to hear this twice, but it's so good I wanted to share it. And if you follow me on Instagram, and I think here on Facebook, I did about 1 million posts about this on the weekend because it was such a revelation. So what it is that over the weekend, I was lucky enough to have a good old chat to, Kyle Gray, the angel guy. He's the angel guy of the world. And I'll just tell the story again. I told it yesterday on my radio show, I'm pretty sure. So what happened was I said to him, do you want to have a reading? It just came up. I said, well, do you want a reading? I'm very happy to give you a reading, Kyle. And, oh, Lisa's saying I mentioned on the radio. Okay, so I haven't mentioned it here in theory. So, you know, if you're Australian and you were asleep when the radio show goes out, you may not have heard this story. So Kyle says, okay, yeah, I'd love to have a reading. And because he's a nice guy, he said, oh, well, you know, if I can do anything for you. And I'm like, no, that's fine. I'm all good. So I was supposed to do the reading on Saturday morning at midday, and at 4 a.m. I was still awake. I just could not sleep for anything. You know, I've been telling you I get a bit like this. And so I dropped him a little note going, you know what, Kyle, I hope you've got your phone switched off because it's 4 a.m. And I'm just saying I may not be able to wake up tomorrow in time to do our reading because it's 4 a.m. and I'm still wide awake. So I just sent that off. Anyway, so I lay in bed, or I don't even know what I did. I might have even got out of bed. And eventually at 5 a.m., thank you, Jessica. At 5 a.m., I wrote to him and said, you know what? Absolutely, for sure. No way I'm going to be awake. I hope. I've got to get some sleep. I'm really sorry. Can we do your reading a bit later tomorrow? And, you know, everyone's locked up with COVID restrictions anyway, so you know it's not like he was likely to be going anywhere, though I suppose he could have had another meeting or something. Anyway, he was really fine about it, and he said, and if you want, when I woke up I read, he said, I'll look into it for you about why you're not sleeping. And I thought, no, because I get really freaked out. One of the reasons why I learned astrology was because I actually like making my own predictions for myself, which is why I'm always saying I don't want to bring any predictions. Thank you very much. I'll do my own predictions. You know, I've now got my own personal set of oracle cards, and I'm writing a second deck. And you know, so no, I'm actually good. And so even though it was Kyle, who is amazing, my initial reaction was meh. No, it's fine. You know, I'm always worried about that sort of stuff. Anyway, so then we did the reading and it was amazing. And Kyle and I were talking about some incredible things to do with his new book, which is actually coming out in April. And I can't remember the name of it. I think it's got the word I'm so sorry, Kyle. I can't remember the name of your new book. I've been reading it nonstop. It's called something like, I don't remember, Old Masters or New Masters, Ancient Wisdom, Old Masters, something like that. I'm sure if someone Googles it, it will be available for pre-sale on Amazon now, so you can pre-order it. It's amazing. And he sent me a copy of it to read after our chat. But we had such an interesting chat. And at the end of it, I said, you know what, Kyle, go on, tell me why I'm not sleeping, because I actually would like to know. And so he goes, I know what it is. It's because you are doing what you do, and you are connecting with all these people all of the time, and you're not disconnecting. And wait, because there's actually a funny punchline here, because I think he was thinking of, you know, people asking me questions, and, you know, like yesterday, if you listen to my radio show that I did yesterday on Unity Online Radio, quite honestly, the second question was extremely intense. Like, the woman had been through an absolutely horrendous time. And, you know, things like that really affect me. And what he said is, if you don't process all that stuff that you take in during the day, you know, and even though all I felt for that woman was compassion and slight concern that I wasn't qualified to answer her or to help her, you know, he said, if you don't process all that stuff, then when it comes to going to sleep at the end of the day, if you haven't cleared it, it's still in you and it's sort of going through your body, and your body doesn't really know what to do with it, which is why sometimes you just lie awake at night. And he said, and if you do manage to fall asleep, it can actually turn up in your sleep as really restless sleep or even nightmares. And I'm like, yep, actually that makes complete sense. So he gave me this awesome routine to do, which comes from his new book, which you should all pre-order. You can go onto Amazon. If you use Amazon, it will be there. I think it's Ancient Ancient Masters, Old Wisdom or something. I'm really sorry, Carl. I will remember the name of your book next time I refer to it. But it's a new book. It isn't out yet, and it's got the word ancient and wisdom and masters in it. So you'll find it if you want to pre-order it. Anyway, it's all from there. So I said on the radio show yesterday, I don't feel I can share it completely because it wouldn't be fair because the book isn't even out yet. But let me sort of tell you what's in it. So it's a think, cleanse, tone. It's a 4-step thing, and you basically, first of all, you ask Archangel Michael to help you just cut the cords to anything that's happened in the day, which we all know how to do. I learned how to do that, I think, with Doreen Virtue back in the day, and he just gives a beautiful little prayer for how to say it. And then the next one is asking Archangel Metatron, who works with sacred geometry, to clear your space, which is beautiful. And then we have, he gives a kind of a little affirmation. Oh, there we are. Divine Masters, Ancient Wisdom. Divine Masters, Ancient Wisdom. Get the book. I can't wait to get a hard copy of it. I've just got a PDF right now. And he gives you this thing where you kind of tap yourself like that. And you kind of make an affirmation about you being the boss of you, basically. And then last but not least, you ask your angels and guides to guide you. And anyway, so I did this. And as I said on my radio show yesterday, I have this Fitbit, and which I got for Christmas. Okay, so I got it in December, and I've been monitoring my sleep, and I've been absolutely horrified at how little sleep I generally get. I think the most often thing I get is like 5 hours and 5.5 hours, 5 hours and 45 minutes, stuff like that. Like, I am often getting less than 6 hours sleep a night, which is dreadful. And my Fitbit tells me all that. It tells you, and it gives you a score as well, like, 70 is poor or 70 is fair, and whatever. So I've been watching my sleep with my handy Fitbit and being quite horrified. And then, so I did the thing. In fact, we all did it as a family because Kyle said, do it together. So we all did it together. I went to bed early before everyone else. And I slept, according to my Fitbit, okay, so this is not me just making it up. I slept for, I think it was 8 hours and 17 minutes. So by far the longest I slept since December, okay, like 2 months. And I had the highest sleep score that I've had since I had the Fitbit. Okay, so don't tell me this stuff doesn't work. It was amazing. And then I did it again on Sunday night, and I have to apologize because I then slept through. I slept so well. I actually slept a bit later on Sunday night, but I slept so well. I actually slept through chanting yesterday. My alarm somehow didn't go off, and I just stayed asleep. So there you go. Really, really, really good to do that clearing. And I really want to tell you the funny thing, and I didn't say this on the radio show yesterday. I said it during the break. Okay, so if you only listen to the show, you don't know about this. The really funny thing of Oz as well was that I've been saying to you guys about how I've been watching that terribly addictive reality show, Married at First Sight, the Australian one. I've been watching season 4 with Sean and Susan and, Nadia and Anthony and Simon and Alini and all that, if you remember them. Anyway, so what was really interesting was that after I had done, on the Saturday night, after I did the clearing, we watched the final episode of that season now, and we find out who's together, who's not. But I've been really involved and shouting at the television like, oh my God, don't stay with him, blah, 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 don't leave him, all that kind of stuff. Honestly, and I was not thinking about this, okay? But after I did the clearing ceremony for the first time on Saturday night, or was it Friday night? Friday night, I literally felt all those people leaving me. I felt like I was really aware that all my cords with those people on that radio show, that TV show, were now cut, and I was released from all that angst and anxiety and everything. And I thought that is so interesting, and it made complete sense to me, because even though I think there's lots of different reasons why you have cords to people, you do get all those cords to people when you're watching a show like that. You know, you get involved in these people's lives. Deborah's saying, I can't believe you watch that crap. Neither can I. A girlfriend of mine who I love, recommended it to me, and she said, it's TV crack. And I kept texting her, like, oh my God, you are so right. This is television crack. I mean, once you start, you can't stop. Anyway, so there you go. They all left me. And it was so amazing for me to feel that. So talking about it being a bit crap, TV, crap TV, in a way it is that thing that people say all the time, be careful what you watch on television, because it attaches itself to you. And I was attached to all those people on Married at First Sight. And what was his name? The one who kept dating everyone, and, what was her name? I can't remember their names now. See, they've left me. So there you go. Yeah, Susan Bush says, I watched it by accident, got hooked. Well, my friend recommended it to me, and I trust her recommendations. She watches it with her older teenage daughter. And so it's addictive and really weird, but somehow it's fascinating. Psychological gold. Thank you, Valentine. That's exactly what I was trying to say without wanting to say it. It's a study in human behavior, and it's extraordinary. So anyway, so there you go. So to sum it up, because people are saying, can you give me, a summary of the thing from Kyle's book? Yes. And I'm not breaking any rules by doing this, because it's stuff that, it is in the ether, this sort of stuff. It's just that Kyle was the one who said, sit down and do this. And he sent me this PDF, which I'm pretty sure he'll have as a bonus when he puts his book out, where you can actually get this information really clearly, beautifully spelled out. But basically it's about cutting your cords, clearing your energy. He adds this other step, which I'd never done, which is sort of about being the boss of you, and the last one is just asking your angels and guides. But the book is amazing, and it's also got things in there about the halls of learning, which if you don't know about the halls of learning, you'll read about when you read the book. But basically, it's something I learned about 20 years ago, which I'd kind of forgotten about, which is basically that when you go to sleep at night, you often will go to the halls of learning, or you can ask to go to the halls of learning. And so when I learned all this stuff, it was probably about 1998 that I learned all this stuff, I think, maybe a bit earlier. And I used to ask every single night, can I go to the halls of learning tonight? Please take me to the halls of learning. Please take me to the halls of learning, every single night for years. And afterwards I thought, oh my goodness, I wonder if that's why I ended up, because he says that basically when you go to the halls of learning, it's a place for the masters to give you information. And I thought, I wonder if that's why I segued from journalist to what I do now, because I kept going to the halls of learning. So watch out, because my life completely changed. I mean, I was a, cigarette smoking, coffee drinking journalist and TV producer, and now I'm someone who sits here with golden sparkles on my face. So maybe it was the halls of learning that kind of, got me started. So if you don't do that, start tonight before you go to sleep, ask to be taken to the halls of learning, and do get Kyle's book when it comes out. So there you go. All right. So that's about what I wanted to talk about today. And I'm now going to do a card, because I know everybody likes a daily card, and I do too. So, the gold sparkles suit me, says Kim. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who wants a card? Who wants a card? Who's going to do an energy clearing practice? Who's going to ask to cut the cords and clear the space tonight? Eh? Oh, I think that card wanted to come. Cut the cords, clear the space, ask to go to the halls of learning. Cut the cords, clear the space, ask to go. Thank you, Joe. Ask to go to the halls of learning. Okay, I have the card. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Oh, and surrender to the divine. Surrender to the divine. That is the easiest way to manage anything. Surrender to the divine. Surrender to the divine. Surrender to the divine. All right, so there you go. So as you go to sleep tonight, spare me a thought. Lots and lots of love. Send me some good wishes. Do your energy clearing. Ask to go to the halls of learning. Have a great sleep and surrender to the divine. All right, I'm off for my team meeting. So, mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of love. And I'll see you same time, same place tomorrow.